Hey everybody, Dan here for Argo Comics, where we do not just make independent comics, we support independent comics. I had a extended trip to Florida, so now we are back in business as far as, here we go, we got these independent comics. I mean, some that I got right before the trip, so we got those. Might have missed a few in between, but we'll just start off with these for now because it's okay. And again, this is a whole video, not meant for extended review. We're just going to go through everything that I had picked up. I'll give whatever thoughts I have. If you like independent comics and you like seeing some that you may have missed, feel free to like the video, subscribe. You can hit the bell so that you'll be notified when the new video comes in. I'm not sure when I left off if I had this issue of Argo 5 number 41. As you can see, a lot of guest stars in this book. Okay. Um, I think I'd actually had it in the last, but I'm just going to go through it real quick. Myself writing, art by Leo Gundam, colors Victor Ranieri, letters Francisco Zamora. Okay, this cover is Alex Garcia, or Alejandro Garcia, as he sometimes goes by. Um, and we had met, obviously, in actually a George Perez fanzine called Pace Setter. So we had met through there. Obviously, he's a big Perez fan, as am I. Quite dismayed to hear of George's health issues. I had met him at a few conventions. Always a gentleman. My favorite artist for many, many years. Um, so this was a tribute to his Avengers cover. Um, and as I said, this issue just features a ton of indie guest stars. Okay, and I'll leave it to you to, I mean, we have, if you pick up the issue, you'll have pinups here that'll, everyone has their name. I mean, it's all in the story as well, but we kind of have a guide in the back via pinups of who's who. And then we have some additional guest stars. Maybe I won't spoil that, but I have a little tribute to some of the books that they have appeared in. So, okay, you have Argo 5 number 41. I also had work published in Antarctic Press's Exciting Comics. Okay, this is number 15. I think I have work in this one. Let's see. Yeah, I do. So Exciting Comics is from Antarctic Press, who's been around for over 30 years. I see they started putting this number 15, but Legacy number 84. So I guess going back when there was an Exciting Comics, which has become public domain at this point, I guess, there must have been 79 issues prior. So then we start off, number 1 becomes 80. Oh no, 69 issues prior. And then number 1 becomes 70, and we're up to 15 now. It's an anthology. Okay, we have in this issue Full Injustice, Nothing Man, TVB, but we also have my own Big House Blues and Sumo Boy. Big House Blues, we did have a Kickstarter for issue 1, but this continues the story. So you can see here, I put credits on each chapter now because it's not issues as it was originally. It's now serialized. So I have credits up here for myself writing, Ellen Tomasi doing the art, colors Giuseppe Pica, and letters Luis Diaz. So you can see, again, the story continues in this issue. And I did the same thing with Sumo Boy, whereas, again, I did the story and letters on this one. Art, Alexandra Coelho. And, oh, well, actually, by this point in the story, that was left over from the first chapter. You had Rafael Langelis contributing to the first chapter, but this is the second chapter where Alexandre Coelho has taken over full art chores. Then you have colors by Bruno Costa. So, yeah, this would have been the end of issue 1. And that story had not previously come out. So those are kind of two properties that are dual citizenship of the Thunder Zone, okay, Argo Comics Thunder Zone imprint, which is a creator-owned imprint, and then also to be seen in Antarctic Press's what they call their Superverse. Okay, so Exciting Comics is mainly superheroes, and Superverse is what they call their superhero universe. All right, and talking of Antarctic Press, they had a Kickstarter book. Okay, actually, I don't know if they actually have Antarctic Press anywhere within this. No. But it is Ben Dunn, who is the creator of Ninja High School, the original, well, maybe Exciting Comics. No, not Exciting. Antarctic, let's see, what was the original Antarctic Press title? Ninja High School became the most prominent title, but they had a number of books. I think maybe, yeah, maybe a anthology started them off. I mean, there were so many titles throughout the years. Again, 30 years of publishing. Benzene, I remember, was a book they put out concentrating on the Antarctic Press, or actually Ben Dunn's works. But yeah, there were a number of anthologies in the early years. Again, Ninja High School, Gold Digger were two kind of mainstays. Gold Digger came a little later, but always a book that I enjoyed as well. So this is Vampire Ninja Ono, okay? And Ben Dunn writing, David Fur doing the art. Oh no, let me see here. No, Ben Dunn created it, written by David Fur, because I knew I was wrong on that, because the art was by Matthew Weldon, who is a fantastic artist. Yeah, his title is escaping me at the moment. I was going to say Super Punch, but it's not that. At any rate, maybe I'll find it if I look in our next title. But Vampire Ninja Ono, Ben, and all these creators are top notch, so I knew I had to get it. And as we like to do, since I only review physical books, I like to give a little look at the artwork so you can see Matthew Weldon is completely top notch as far as art is concerned. Let me just see here. Punchline, that's the name of the book, Punchline. Okay, the pressure is off, so I was able to remember it. They probably should have a... No, they don't have a solicit for it. In the back of a lot of the Antarctic books, they have solicits for what's coming. But this is Gold Digger number 284. Gold Digger has announced that it's going to be over with 300. So we're up to 284. Okay, imagine that, 284. Okay, we just saw my Argo 5 number 41, which, you know, is considered a long run in an indie. This is 284. Puts me to shame on that one. Okay, Fred Perry, the man, the myth, the legend, doing art, colors, writing. Crazy. It's a kind of a manga style. Beautiful work, always. And one of the top series. They actually have bricks, which are collections, big collections, kind of like an omnibus. So that was 284. And then they also put out a coloring book, which I'm not going to color, but anything with Fred's art, I'm going to pick up. Okay, and this is a Gold Digger coloring book, again by Antarctic Press. Another Kickstarter book that I bought, Tall Tales, Thieves Quest, Volume 2. Okay. Dreamweaver Press puts this out. Okay, written by J.D. Calderon, illustrated by Daphne Lodge. And you can see a bit of the book right here. Very well illustrated. What they call anthropomorphic characters. And I've gotten several of their books through Kickstarter. Just great fantasy material in the vein. Well, no, I don't think it's anything similar to. This is more action adventure. I was going to say the anthropomorphic comic that comes to mind is, of course, Cerebus, but Cerebus is almost like more political or something. So yeah, this is like anthropomorphic knights and Game of Thrones and type of stuff like that. But as you can see, this artwork just top notch, very well done, and a great story. So you can look out for those future Kickstarters. I think before I left, actually, I'd gotten YEET. I don't think I got to this YEET on the last haul. YEET Presents Halloween Special. Okay. YEET is an anthology. I don't know if I ever showed this. I came across this. Mike Jones usually mails out the YEETs, and I had gotten this little custom artwork. Thank you, Dan, Bill, and Mike. We hope you enjoy. And I guess Bill is referring to William Mesner-Loeb, who also contributes highly to this book. Let's see. And it's usually a flip book. Actually, this time it is not, because it just has a back cover. Usually you have the front cover, and then you turn it around, there's another cover, and half the book is printed the other way. This time it's a full forward-facing issue. So you will have various art styles throughout. And I think, again, being a Halloween special, some of the regular features may not be within this book. It's a very nice splash page, crate, spaceship. Let's see. Let me just pop through real quick to some of the different. We have a little story here by Sean McMillan. Let's see. Okay. Encounter with a Vampire. So a lot of these are, again, horror-based stories. See the credits right there. But, you know, it's not really locked into one particular style. Okay? So YEET almost takes me back to my APA days, where it's a big variety of styles and content, except, of course, this one's Halloween style. Let's see. Got a story with some ghost here. Again, there's a Halloween issue. I think this issue is a little bigger than most. I guess I got a lot of Halloween. This kind of style reminds me a little of Evan Dorkin. I always liked his work. And I just always want to show you kind of a representation of these books in case you're going to go out and try to get them. Actually, YEET, you would have to go to Patreon, and you would just hook up on Patreon, and you would end up getting, whenever an issue came out, they would just charge you, and then it would come to your mailbox. And they have a letters page. YEET happenings. I think there was actually another one in the middle. Yeah. So they're good with that. Getting your feedback in. And YEET is always a pleasure to get. I've been getting them for quite a while, and I ordered back issues. It's just that good. All right. Judah Maccabee the Hammer. Okay. That's a very cool. This is Gilbert Monsanto artwork. Let's see. And Rick Offenberger had written this. Okay, so it's kind of a reimagining of a biblical tale, but it kind of has Judah Maccabee as more in like a superhero garb, which is pretty cool, right? Samson had always been my favorite biblical superhero type of character, but this is very cool as well. And Gilbert Monsanto, people who are aware of his work on online know that he does amazing work as well. So this was very cool to get. Rick is most notably a contributor to, and actually the logo is there for G-Man Comics. Publisher of Simon N. Kirby and a few other titles. Another one that I picked up, I think this was a Kickstarter. Yeah, Kickstarter. Okay, this is Public Domain Comics and Captain Midnight. Okay, so we have a number of public domain heroes in the bottom there. And I think Jay Piscopo, did the pictures. Brian Augustin did the words. And Jay Piscopo is quite a big fan of public domain characters. He's included a pretty cool variety of them in this. I think that's actually kind of like a, I'm not going to call him Shazam. I will call him Captain Marvel, all right? Kind of a Captain Marvel and Marvel family, which is very cool to see, like kind of a reimagining of them from a time where they were very good and not what they have become now. Sorry to put my 2 cents in on that one. And then beyond that, in this book, there's just a whole bunch of public domain stories, okay? Which perhaps have been remastered to some degree. Well, maybe not. I do. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of public domain after Jay's great original story in the beginning, Jay and Brian's. Okay, and you even get like a Captain Midnight handbook style page there. All right. So that's public domain comics. this, no, I think this was just a regular order. Heroes Union. And this is kind of more like a Silver Age homage. Let's see. Heroes Union, the Cosmic Crusade. And these are not public domain characters, but the artwork by Ron Frenz, who's, you know, well known for work on Thor. Okay, so this definitely has nods to like Kirby, South Buscema, John Buscema, all the Herb Trimpe, all the great artists of the Silver Age, but you know, it's still a more modern sensibility and really, really great work. And these are some really interesting characters. Just trying to see if there's a company name. Just says Heroes Union. Okay, so Heroes Union. Binge book. Okay, I think the binge book for them is when they put a few different titles, I mean a few different issues in one book, kind of like a mini trade. We had Scarlett Twilight #1. I think this was a Kickstarter as well. Crack it open. Let's see. Nope, I'm probably on this thank you page, but I'm not going to look it up now because there's quite a few backers that they had. So it is a Kickstarter book. Captain Lancet. Okay, you can see here. Yeah, so here's a look at the artwork. Again, I watched the video and read the description, saw the sample art, thought it looked good. You know, I might have a possible move in the future, and Kickstarter books sometimes take a little while, so I know a lot of people contact me to get their Kickstarter book, and I might be taking a little break simply because, again, I'm not sure what address they'd be mailing it to. But the ones that I have backed in the past keep coming in. But really nice work here. So I'll look forward to reading this one. And another Kickstarter book. Talking about Kickstarter books. Okay, the Mighty Might, C.B. Zane. Okay, this is one of a number of covers. Yeah, C.B. Zane's pretty popular, especially, I mean, yeah, it's writing and art by him. Colors Andre Celestini, letters Kel Natal. Okay, and yeah, I mean, C.B. Zane does great, great work. I know he does like a number of covers for other people's Kickstarter books as well. He's, you know, somewhat in demand artist. This character, I think, made an appearance in an anthology already, which I had backed on Kickstarter. And as with a couple of my own characters, there's a tendency to make everyone, all the guys 6'3" and all the women 5'7" in comics. As with a couple of my own books, like Law and Order and Pink Puma, Red Rooster, we have a kind of a shorter character. Okay, the Mighty Might is, you know, a little bit on the petite side, not so much as muscle-wise, but on the height. The vertically challenged, some people might say. But, you know, it's a cool character design beyond that. And, of course, C.B. Zane's art is a big selling point on it. There's also a backup story in a more of a Bruce Timm style. No, I don't see an artist listed on that, but I'm sure it's probably, yep. Oh, okay. So that's written by Wendy Steen Sheener, and that one, C.B. Zane does the art, but I guess he just channeled the more Bruce Timm style, so kudos to his versatility. All right, so that was a Kickstarter book, Might. Some of these Kickstarter books, I guess, we'll just have to look out if you're interested in them for a general release, or the person's next Kickstarter, they may offer it. We had the next issue of Chess. Okay. All right. My friend Alfred Page does this book. Co-writes it with Alex DeGrunchi. Pencils by William Allen Reyes, who did, I'm going to say Argo 5, number 36. Okay. Jesse Anson does the inks. Juan Cochra does the colors. James Reed does the letters. Okay. So Chess is kind of not fully superhero, almost a superpower level of G.I. Joe. A lot of them just using heavy artillery or something. They do have an android on the team. Yeah, I met Alfred way back in the day where we were part of another publishing imprint. And as with, I guess, some material that I'm Big House Blues we saw in the first book I showed you in Antarctic Press, he ended up with Second Sight. So even though we didn't publish through our initial publisher that we were going to put these books out with, through our tenacity, these books made it out there. Okay, so yeah, Chess has been great. They've had a number of one-shots also with some of the characters, and always a great combination of art colors. I think I showed some work already, but let me see. Oh yeah, I did. But let me show another thing. Yeah, here's that. Is that the Android member? Yeah. There you go. Okay, so really nice stuff. Chess, you can get that through previews. Another one through previews. Or DCBS, White Widow, number 7. This was originally a popular book on Kickstarter, and then they did a general release. Absolute Comics. And James Tynion, I think it is, the main creator of this book, and does a really great style of art. Okay, so as with some, I guess, I'm not going to say Bad Girl. Maybe it is Bad Girl, the way they used to have Bad Girl comics in the 90s. As with some of those that are recent, they have a lot of covers, but less so available, I guess, when you do a direct order. But if you just look up White Widow on eBay, you'll see like a load of covers. But I usually just get one of the regular ones. And yeah, on number 7, I'm still with it. So let that be a testament to the book. Action Lab Comics put out the S Factor. Seemed like an interesting assortment of superhero characters. So I was down to check it out. Of course, as with all these books, I haven't read it yet, but this will give you a little look at the art style. It looks good. So, you know, you get an issue 1, and then you read it and you go from there whether or not you're going to order more issues. But yeah, look promising. Ant, okay? All right, so this is Ant from Image Comics. Eric Larson bought the character from Mario Gully. Mario Gully put out Ant for a while, I think through his own imprint, then through Image. Yeah, Mario actually did the cover of Argo 5. I'm going to say number 16. It's a cover where they're in the nightclub. So I was familiar with Mario's work, and of course, as a Savage Dragon buyer, I'm familiar with Eric Larson's work. I think it's a good to see Eric Larson continuing the character because it's a pretty cool design. So it's good to see it continuing. Now this is number 1. I think what he did was he put out an issue that numbered to end the original series. Might have been like number 12 or something. And now he's starting off brand new. So that's Ant from Image Comics, which was an enjoyable series throughout. And I'm sure Eric Larson will not drop the ball in continuing it. All right. Bank Shot from Darkhorse. Darkhorse Comics. Okay. Basically, I bought it purely on the name of Chris Cross, who was one of the, I guess, earliest artists on DC's Milestone imprint. Okay. I discovered his work there, loved it throughout. Very famous run on Captain Marvel, the Marvel Captain Marvel, the Genevieve Captain Marvel, which is supposed to be the son of the original Marvel Captain Marvel. Yeah, basically Chris Cross's name is there, and then I'm picking it up. My fandom of his work went so far as to get a cover from him for Argo 5. I'm going to say issue 21, but that's purely a guess because I really don't recall exactly what issue he did the cover for. It's got to be somewhere around there. But just fantastic, fantastic work. I love his style, which is why I'm a completist for his work. There's a look at it. I mean, there's other. Let me see if I can. It's Chris Cross and Snakebite Cortez and Alex DeCampi. Okay. Alex DeCampi does the script. Art by Chris Cross. Colors by Snakebite Cortez. Letters Alex DeCampi. Okay. So as with one of my recent things in that Exciting Comics, you got Alex doing the script and the lettering. Sometimes that's pretty good because when you're doing the script and then you're seeing how the words lay out on the page, sometimes if you are able to do your own lettering, which I don't always do all the time these days, Francisco Zamora has been doing the bulk of the lettering for Argo Comics, doing a fantastic job with that. But sometimes if you're doing your own lettering, you can make edits as you go along, which is always convenient. I mean, Francisco does some of those same type of decision making within the work when he's perhaps moving a bubble to the next panel if it makes sense to do so, whereas the artist may not have allotted the proper amount of space in one panel for the amount of words that were there. But as I said, sometimes you can do that yourself when you're doing your own lettering. Okay, here's another indie book from Image Comics. Okay, Image Comics. Nocterra. Okay, pretty much based on the Tony S. Daniel art. Scott Snyder's a good, of course, well known for his Justice League movie and stuff like that. And Tamora Murray, I'm guessing, is doing the colors. But yeah, I mean, Tony S. Daniel, I don't know if I first saw him on the 10th, which was an Image comic that I really loved. But, did some work for DC, of course, and then he's doing this. Kind of another artist, as with Chris Kress, that I'll follow wherever they're going. Really a fantastic talent. Here's a pretty cool double pager there. So, picked up this book. Sometimes, yeah, I mean, trades are always handy for me. You can see the amount of books that I'm picking up. Sometimes it's great to have a trade, so they don't have to dig so much. Nexus is newspaper strips. I actually got a couple of the newspaper strips in newspaper form from Steve Rude at a convention. One of them had a sketch of Sandra Peel, which is a character within Nexus. So a long-time Nexus fan. And this is the newspaper strip, so now they kind of fashion them to fit comic book pages. So this is very cool. Because, of course, we all bag and board and stuff, and it's great to be able to just have it in a comic book form. The newspaper size can be a little bit unruly. Empowered. Omnibus Volume 3. They got me with the double dipping because I've been picking up all the trades. Empowered Andrew Warren. Okay, still have it in plastic. I'll break it open when I'm going to read it. Adam Warren's superhero comedy. There's a parental advisory, so it's not for your little kids. But, I mean, yeah, you can see the artwork on this already. That's pretty much his style. He's done so much great work throughout the years. Great to see him on his own, creator-owned book. But again, it's published by Darkhorse Comics. All right, talking about creators, creator-owned work. I don't know which of these I showed and didn't show. I have a whole bunch of books from Rathouse, okay? Rathouse. Okay, Tim Tyler, creator behind Rathouse. I had all these books in various places. Some of them I just got, some of them I had already. Again, through my, people who know my own Argo comics have seen a number of covers and pinups by Tim Tyler. Just a fantastic, fantastic artist. And here inside the book, he had put, okay, Rain #1. I mean, it's hard to compare him to someone else. His style was just really fantastic and just really lavish inks that he does. Let's see. That was a black and white, but most of these books have been in color now. Oops. And Again, probably more, not all age, always. Let's see. Here's more work. This is Age of End. Okay, so I guess there's some manga in there, some lavishness of Bernie Wrightson style inking to some degree, but again, I don't think he is easy to nail down to just a few creators. He has a lot of influences and a lot of his own originality. He has Fiend 5. I mean, some of this stuff might have been, I got a little while ago and just, I've been putting them together just so that I can try to read them in order. This was new, the Dead End Crew, because they had a comic-sized Dead End Crew way back when he had started with Fathom, was his imprint, Fathom Comics. Not to be confused with Fathom. Okay, this is not a book, this is a portfolio of these characters. But the Dead Crew was one of my favorites from his Fathom line of comics, which came before Aspen's Fathom comic. Fiends. Again, this is number 2, so I'm not sure if I just pulled this out. We got a clever monster Charles Atlas ad in the back. All right. Lastly, I'll just wrap it up with, maybe I should start the next video with this also. Okay, this is last year's. Creators United is a Facebook group that I'm a part of. And this is last year's calendar. Okay. All these characters are various characters from various creators involved in Creators United. Okay, Creators United, pretty much a Facebook group for comic creators. And we each year put out a calendar for the Hero Initiative. The proceeds go to the Hero Initiative. Yeah, here's 1 month here that actually has Argo Comics Shazrath. Okay, Richard Dominguez, El Gato Negro, and John Araujo's Andromeda. Okay, so we were going to actually, we're still in the works, perhaps do a little one-shot with uniting our 3 characters there. Because we're kind of admins on Creators United. My main function as admin at Creators United is, maybe do some activities sometimes, but I get the calendar done. I'm not the one approving or disapproving post, so I just don't want anyone offended when they see me doing the calendar and then say, why isn't he approving my post or whatever? Because a lot of Facebook groups, what happens is it just becomes a dumping for promotion. And I mean, indie comics is kind of like a balancing beam of promoting and getting your name out there, but I would think not being obnoxious with that. And having some involvement in the group, I guess, rather than just to dump, every day, here's my new book, which is important to do. But in that respect, it gets to a point where there's some bad taste in my mind. If you were going on let's say Darkhorse all of a sudden slipped up and, you were able to put, anyone could post on their wall. So before you know it, the wall has nothing to do with Darkhorse, and it's just, littered with people's Kickstarters and stuff. Um, which again, some of these dedicated pages you should be able to go to that page and find out what's going on with that book. Um, whereas, again, sometimes they just have it, they don't have any admins or any controls in place, and we just see things that are just way off topic. So in that respect, Creators United, there is a good place to promote, but the admins who are approving posts are going to see, have you been active with the group at all? And, they're not looking for a daily update on your book. We also have CU Professionals. Okay, CU Professionals stands for Creators United Professionals. That's supposed to be a group for published creators. I do have a hand in approving the post over there, so that you can, hold on me if you want. But again, at first that group was created so that we wouldn't have any promotion, just more of an interaction. There was a little bit of friction on that. So then we opened it up to trying to limit it to one promotion per new release. And again, it's tough because everyone wants to get their stuff out there. And again, sometimes to the point of, I don't know, obnoxiousness, I would say. But we all don't see every post every day. Even this calendar, each month is supposed to be a number of creators on each month. Look at this cover. Those are all different creators for each of those characters. So each month is supposed to be different characters, and unfortunately, as is the need for just self-promotion, I get people just wanting to put their own characters on the month. We're doing this for charity. I don't want to play the bad guy. But I inform people, yeah, you're supposed to have a few creators on each month. Otherwise you have 12 months and you're limited to 12 creators then. You want creators to unite, and you want a whole bunch of creators in this, not just 12. So, in that respect, I do it because it's, going to be for charity. So I put up with it, but I'm probably damaging my own brand by people being, F that guy. I just wanted to put my image in the calendar. But what am I going to do? I guess you can't please everybody. And then I also play the bad guy when I just won't give someone a month on their, hey, give me March. Then the deadline comes and I don't have any art and they're not answering my messages. So we tried to make it this year that you put the art in, kind of like first come, first serve, with completed art coming in. A few people or admins or whatever who came through every year. We kind of, did a placeholder on them on like a prelim work and stuff that we knew it would come in. But again, I played bad guy. Everyone's mad at me because I just won't kowtow to them saying, give me June. But at any rate, it's December now. Oh, here was November, Stuart Black, 4 Horse Femmes. People who watch my indie haul videos know I always get 4 Horse Femmes comic. And he did this illustration, but he included other creators in it. where he had the four horse friends dressed up as different characters. Uh, oh, my own Gladiatra. He had Andromeda, uh, Bedbug by Scott Rogers, and El Gato Negro by Richard Dominguez. So he had his characters dressed up. It was appropriate for the theme of Creators United. Okay, so it wasn't just an ad for his own comic. Even this one, this is a comic, The Power Company, but these are all characters from different creators. Okay, so that's what the book is. As with the book I have coming out, Thunder Guard, it unites a bunch of different indie creators' characters. So that's perfectly suitable as well. Um, Actually, in this calendar, the new one, the 2022, which is now available for sale, it's on my Facebook page, on the Creators United page. There was Michael Easton had a character, wanted a month, and he was nice enough to offer people in the thread to include their characters in his month. So then all people had to do was, you know, throw him a character with no background art, and he incorporated it into the image, and it came out great. Not sure which month that is. I don't have all the months memorized, but that's one of the months in the new 2022 Creators United calendar. So 2021 is still available if anyone wants to grab a copy of this. It's on Lulu. But again, on my own Facebook or on the Creators United Facebook group, you can hit that link and it'll take you directly onto the page, or you can go to Lulu and just search for it. But that's going to do it for this indie monster haul. I'll try to get back in the saddle now and getting these done. Of course, I have a lot of work to do for Argo Comics, for Thunder Zone, getting all those books out. But we'll try to get back here with the next batch of indie comics. And thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Like the video, it really helps out. And I'll be seeing you on the next video.